Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the first of the whole wave of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home retro card wave, whatever you want to call it, because it's technically on the retro card, but you know what I mean. Andrew Garfield, aka Peter 3, aka The Amazing Spider-Man. And technically speaking, box-wise, this is from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, just, I guess, because that was their only workaround of being able to actually include a Andrew Garfield head. But this is No Way Home, Peter. And this whole wave, I feel like we've been waiting for it for so long because obviously, you know, the movie came out several years ago, so it has been a long time coming, but they had to get them right. They had to be able to make them, and I could not be happier with the final results, personally. There's obviously, of course, you know, some different nitpicks and everything like that I have with all the figures in the entire wave, plus the Green Goblin Deluxe figure. But I'm just so glad to finally have them, and this figure is, like I said, no exception to that. And so this figure is almost 100% reuse, minus the head sculpt, the Andrew Garfield head sculpt. And if you've seen any reviews on the 3-pack, you know exactly that you're getting almost the exact same figure as this guy right here. Obviously minus a couple of different hands, because this release with the Andrew Garfield head does not come with this wall crawling hand, and he doesn't come with a left fist, which is so bizarre. I don't know why they didn't include that stuff. I guess maybe to reproduce them would have just been more cost effective, or to not reproduce them would have been more cost effective, but whatever. Honestly, I mean, if you're like me and you have the 3-pack, the only reason you're buying this and the Toby is just for the head sculpts. And to me, it's well worth it. So let's get into what he comes with, and then we'll talk about the head sculpt itself. So we've got this one wall crawling hand, or kind of, as I've come to look at it, like the mid web grab hand from Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then he's got the fist on this side, but then he also, because it's Spider-Man, of course, he comes with a set of whip hands, which is really nice that he comes with these as well. So this is the only full set of hands that you get with him, which is unfortunate, but like I said, if you have the 3-pack, it doesn't really make a difference. But obviously, if you missed out on that, that is kind of annoying, and I would agree that absolutely it is annoying. And then he also, of course, comes with the masked head, which looks pretty good. Mine, unfortunately, is a little misprinted, but I like the color of the lenses. I think that they kind of nailed the color of the lenses, at least on this, a lot more than the other one. There's a lot more of a shine to it, which looks really good. But even if you don't have the 3-pack and you're just getting this one, this head sculpt obviously is the reason that you're buying it and what you're going to display him with, I'm sure. Because let's take a look at this head sculpt. This, I think I've said it, I don't remember what figures I've said it about this year, but this wave, for me, and especially this Andrew, take the cake in terms of, like, perfect likeness. Like here, if I turn the brightness down just a little bit here, kind of get this focused here. I mean, look at this head sculpt. There's no real shine to it whatsoever. It looks, you know, like a normal human head. It's got the little bit of subtle stubble to it. The eyes look beautiful. I mean, like this entire head sculpt is just perfect. I don't know how to even really... There's nothing I can really say about it other than just showing you it. And it's obviously, it's a very dark brown for this. I kind of wish they would have thrown a wash in the hair, but it's really not that necessary. God, this just looks so good. It's so... Like, there's a matte finish. I don't know what they did to it, but Hasbro, please keep this up, because this is perfection. I mean, there's no shimmer to it. It looks lifelike. It photographs and is captured on video perfectly. I mean, this angle especially, like, it's in direct bright light right here, and there's no shine. There's no shimmer. It looks amazing. No pun intended. And then while we have him this close, let's actually take a look at the detail on the suit. Like I said, this is 100%, obviously, other than the Andrew Garfield head, 100% reuse of that 3-pack. So if you have that figure, you know exactly what you're getting here. But for those of you who do not, the black logo looks really good. There's a nice, you know, kind of gloss finish on the whole figure. And unfortunately, his colors are a little bit muted compared to what he's supposed to have. But personally, it doesn't bother me that much. I think it's okay. The red looks good. It looks a little glossy like it does in the film. The spider on the back looks great. The entire body is tampoed beautifully, and same with the Andrew Garfield head. The only real issue, like I said, that I have is the lens on the masked head. The web lines are applied very well. The musculature on his suit looks really good. I know a lot of people actually kind of had some issues with the musculature just because can't really see this much muscle in Andrew Garfield's legs and just his whole body whenever he's in the Amazing Spider-Man suit. But I mean, it's Spider-Man. Who cares that he's a little muscly? He's you know, it's a skin tight spandex suit. Of course he's gonna have some muscle showing through. He's got the web shooters on his wrists, which look really nice. These aren't painted, but they, you know, they look very nice. I like them. And they're just, I mean, there's really not too much that I can say about it that I haven't already said, like in that 3-pack review. So if you guys want to go see that video, you should definitely go check that out. But as for articulation, like I said, exact same as the 3-pack, but we'll go over the articulation anyway. His head, since this is new for his head at least, can go up that far, which is pretty good. Can go down that far. He's got a little bit of tilt, and then of course rotation, because it is a double ball peg in here. His shoulders go out and up that far, which is really good. Can go that far across with butterfly joint, that far back. He's got bicep swivel. Oh, well, you know, obviously also can rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go back that far. All of his hands that he comes with are the back and forth hinge, and then of course rotation. As for his torso, mine is very stuck, so be careful. You don't want to tear this peg or anything, but he's got the diaphragm, or the inverted joint. So he's got the diaphragm joint and then the lower ab crunch, which both together can go that back that, or forward that far. Can go back all the way. Like I said, he's got the rotation up here. His legs kind of drop down a little bit and then go out that far, which is not too bad. Can go that far back and that far forward. He's got thigh swivel. Also, be mindful, his thighs are pretty tight as well. Double jointed knees that go up that far. Unfortunately, no boot swivel or anything like that, or calf swivel, whatever you want to call it. But his feet can go back all the way, can go up that far, and of course, ankle pivot. And now onto some size comparisons. Here he is next to the other Amazing Spider-Man offerings that we've gotten this year. Obviously, the 3-pack version of Andrew right here, which looks really good. I did modify and made a smaller peg for his head, so it does sit a little bit lower. It's a lot more accurate. And then the SH Figuarts Amazing Spider-Man, aka the No Way Home one. And these colors are a little bit closer, but they just, no company has really nailed the color of Andrew's suit. I don't know why, but it's personally not a big deal to me, but it would have been cool to get him in the brighter colors. And let's real quick also show you guys what this looks like, because obviously you'll need to use blue tack and stuff to get the Andrew Garfield head on the Figuarts figure. But I think proportionally, at least, it works. So let's take a look at that real fast. Right now, it's just resting on the peg. I didn't put blue tack in it, but with blue tack, it'd be about that high up on it, which, wow, my thumb is shaking real bad trying to hold this in front of the camera. And as for some wave mates, here he is next to MJ and Sandman, and I think these three look really good as well. I think Flint is taller than Peter 3, and obviously Andrew's taller than Zendaya, so I think this works really well. And as you saw in the thumbnail, he holds her perfectly. Like, his detents are tight enough to where he can hold her in for that iconic scene. So that's really cool. And then for another Figuarts comparison, here he is next to Toby. And then Mafex-wise, here he is next to the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. And I think these three look great as well. If you honestly wanted to, because I know a lot of people have used Andrew Garfield head sculpts, painted them blonde, and then put them on the Ben Reilly. Proportion-wise, it would absolutely work if you wanted to slap this head on there. Overall, though, I mean, the main reason that I bought this was for the Andrew Garfield head sculpt. To me, one of the best head sculpts of the year, if not the best, just because the Willem Dafoe one, I'm going to spoil that a little bit, is a little shiny, just a little bit, but, you know, he could be sweaty. It's fine. He's flying around on a glider all the time. It's fine. But this Andrew Garfield head sculpt is perfection. Well worth it to me, personally. And if you don't have the Marvel Legends 3-pack version, it's a great figure. It is a great figure, especially after doing a little bit of the modification, because on the 3-pack one, I actually, like I said, I modified the head to make it sit a little bit lower to be more proportionate for him, but I also did some ab crunch mods, so it can go a lot farther. And if you do that stuff as well to this figure, and then you get the Andrew Garfield head, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's perfect. The only thing, obviously, like I said, is that you don't get the full sets of hands like you do with the 3-pack version. So that is definitely a huge bummer if you don't have those, or if you can't get those on like eBay, if people are trying to overcharge for those. But, I mean, you got the flip hands, you got one wall crawl and a fist. I think you can do enough with it, but obviously it'll still be annoying to not have those full sets. But overall, I love this figure. It is a great, great addition to the No Way Home shelf. And I can't wait to show you guys the rest of these figures and to get the rest of the figures that I don't currently have, because this wave is wave of the year, without question, to me. I don't remember, I think there was one that I said was definitely up there for wave of the year for me. Maybe that was this year. I don't know. All the years are starting to blend together. But this is the wave of the year. And Hasbro, kudos, honestly. So, yeah, it's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.